Hello, bonjour.
Hello, welcome back to our channel. Actually, this one is a little bit different. It wasn't requested by this. I thought it's a topic that's very important because whenever we travel or whenever we plan to go somewhere and go out, we always go and find other people's suggestions or ideas. And what's the first place or
Japan.
No. What's the first website that we check?
TripAdvisor.
Oh, for reviews.
Google.
Google.
Maps.
What else? TripAdvisor, right?
No.
We do.
Just Google Maps.
No, I mean if you want some reviews of
YouTube.
YouTube and Google.
Yeah, so this one is about fake restaurant.
Like.
Have you heard about it though?
No, I am not.
This was featured on Vice, one of the cable channels, and then they released it on YouTube. I thought it was interesting because it's actually a non-existent restaurant that became number one in London, although it didn't exist. So
Wow.
a lot of
Scam.
yeah, so it's a lot of people now questioning about TripAdvisor and its
I think I heard that.
legitimacy. So here we go.
Let's go.
Yikes. It's already red flag.
Chef is the number one rated restaurant in London. You've got every foodie, celebrity and blogger in the
Celebrity.
city trying to get a table. But the problem is, until now, it didn't exist.
Its fake website explained that they don't have a traditional menu per se. Instead of meals, our menu is comprised of moods.
For 7 months, Vice reporter Uber Butler tricked TripAdvisor.
It's like you blink and you're in the Groucho. You know what I mean?
Can you believe that you managed to get to number one?
You became the number one restaurant in London.
After the Shed news hit the headlines, I spent 20 hours doing interviews back to back in like the Times, Tory Graph, in the Evening Standard as a cultural reference point.
It's an extraordinary story. It's a jaw-dropping story.
Susanna Reid told me off on Good Morning
It's
Britain.
a very naughty thing to do.
Very naughty.
My first writing job was writing fake reviews for restaurants. I would do that and they'd give me a tenner. With businesses' fortunes would genuinely be transformed. That made me see TripAdvisor as like a false reality that everyone took completely seriously. Over the years I just thought the only bit of TripAdvisor that is unfakeable is a restaurant itself. And one day I thought, oh, maybe it is actually fakeable. I've been living here for about a year and a half. I'm paying £800 a month for it. Over here, this is the bedroom.
It's like
This is where I work.
1100 Canadian.
This is the kitchen. 2 hobs here, got an oven there. This is going to be the site of the fictitious restaurant, The Shed at Dulwich. I want to get The Shed at Dulwich to number one on TripAdvisor. So how am I going to do this? Over the next few months, I'm going to get my friends to write fake reviews. They're going to pretend that they've been at the Shed at Dulwich and they had an amazing time. But what's important in that is that, you know, if one person was to say, oh, the steak and kidney pie was amazing, and then another person said, it's the best vegan restaurant in South London, then it would make no sense, would it? So we need consistency pointers. 1, you eat outside. 2, it's weird as fuck. 3, it's homely, which means tiny. And 4, it's an appointment-only place, because imagine if people started showing up here. To get verified on TripAdvisor, you need a phone. This is going to be my trap phone, and yeah, the Shed at Dulwich now has its landline.
It's got lots of guts.
I needed a website, theshedatdulwich.com, some photos that did the trick.
Okay, so today I've been doing the photos of the food that we're going to serve at the Shed.
For starters, we have the pan-fried shallots with a side of sea foam, seasoned with some parsley.
Pan-fried toilet blocks, pan blocks. Really douse that in honey because you know it's a bit sour, and you end up with something like this.
For the main, it is our very own ham hock.
Ham hock.
I'm gonna pour it.
don't order
So
meals,
funny.
they order moods instead. Love, a meal that makes your heart swell. I remember this because I was like trying to do a meal that would give you a heart attack. Contemplation, a deconstructed Aberdeen stew, served with a warm beef tea. Can I have comfort, please? It said it was served in a 600 TC thread count Egyptian cotton bowl. Laughing at my own jokes, really appealing part of my character. Alright, lust. Rabbit kidneys on toast seasoned with saffron and an oyster bisque, served with a side of pomegranate souffle. That wasn't that funny. The shed at Dulwich was officially verified on TripAdvisor.
He's a good writer. I'll give him that.
This is one of the reviews that was left on the shed at Dulwich. This is the kind of tone of the review. This was like spot on. If you enjoy Chef's Table, you'll love it here. As the sun was setting, we were offered blankets. We politely declined. One had a stain on, but a nice touch.
One had a
Adds to
stain.
the al fresco feel. Hello.
Well, we are booked up on weekends up until sort of the next sort of 6 weeks.
The more reviews that went up, the more buzz developed, the higher it climbed, and the more people called me.
Tonight is fully booked. We are fully booked today. Pretty damn sure that's going to be fully booked.
Worth the wait. There's a fantastic rustic feel to it. The mood system is revolutionary. I went for horny.
You have to
not
have good
disappointed.
friends who can write very good too.
You want a table for 4 on Christmas Day? Yeah. Unfortunately, we are fully booked that day.
From 10,000 to 1,400.
I just had an email from a young, results-hungry PR agency who want to represent the shed. It's actually going all right on my own. I mean, I'm rising up the rankings on TripAdvisor, but I'm starting to think that maybe we should see what they'll bring to the table. The call starts in 10 minutes, so I not only have to look a way that represents the shed, I have to speak a way that represents the shed and become a man who represents the shed. I don't actually know what's the best hat for this. I guess they're just going to know that that's not really straight away.
I'd say that's too much.
You know what? Fuck it. I might miss. Stephen Muller. From Shed at Dulwich. Hello. Is it Joshua? Can I see you at all? Can you see me? No, thank you.
Tell you about yourself.
We have a kind of a whole plethora of different clients, and the whole idea is really to kind of create a splash and to kind of get quick results for people.
I want to make the Shed at Dulwich the hottest spot in London. The shining shed, you know? I want to give them a taste and then go. You know, dip in, go, dip in, go. End of the garden, kind of rural feeling, but mad. So I know it's a lot to ask of you right now, but what would be your instincts here?
That's what I was kind of thinking. I was kind of thinking poison ivy-esque.
Yeah,
Poison ivy-esque.
That would be
Whatever
great.
that means.
Well, how would you go about inviting people to something like that?
We could send them potted plants.
That would be fantastic.
With your kind of waiting list, you're obviously pretty cool.
Do you think I'm cool?
You've got a very cool hat on, so yes, let's go with yes.
We just run a real restaurant. It's not a hard thing to do.
It's good to be different.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, who is that guy?
A PR company asking to represent them
For what?
Number 21.
for public relations.
It just keeps on
But
getting more.
he didn't know that they're not.
When they want to visit the
They're trying
restaurant
to use
before
their
they...
work emails. to
Well,
get
yeah, but
paid
before they
for
would
it.
show up, they have to make that appointment, right?
Instagram
That's why
followers
it's like
do you
an
have?
interview process.
Sorry, do you mind if I just... How many Instagram followers do you have? Oh, okay, great. I can't see why not. Wednesday looks great. Hello, sorry about that. Just had another call through. We're fully booked on Wednesday. Sorry. Sorry, that's someone that we knew.
They get jealous.
Wait, I don't get
And
it.
there's a
What?
people that tried to get a table here. I've not given one of them a table.
Because
And that is driving
he
me
asked
mad.
if how many
Have you got
Instagram
an
followers
erotic
they have,
shoot
and then
going
she
on
said
in the restaurant?
he doesn't do Instagram.
Would you?
And he made
comfortable
her
with that?
feel that, oh, I just took another call, and that all of a sudden the spot's no longer available.
No, sorry, yeah, we are fully booked that night. Things like started to get a bit out of hand. People were applying for jobs at my non-existent restaurant. People started using Google Maps as an estimated location of my house to send packages to my house.
If people actually know where I live, like, does that not become dangerous? Like, it seems that that's like maybe going up on the path to like the wrong kind of prank.
It's number one.
They didn't put the exact address. They just put that parts of it.
Like any of the Michelin star, it's rated better. It doesn't exist. 10:15. My phone is literally not stopped ringing for the past 5 hours. It's been like this like most nights now. I can't see any other logical end to this now apart from giving the people what they want and just opening the thing and just making it exactly the restaurant that I've created in everyone's minds.
What do you think is gonna happen?
They're very disappointed.
Okay, I'm
What do you think?
celebrating because
Wait, who's coming?
after 7 months
You'll see.
of like lying constantly to anybody who rings his phone, I'm actually gonna not let somebody down. We do have a table on the 17th if you want to come in. Hi there, the shed at Dulwich.
You actually exist.
We're the Banksy of fast food.
Yeah, actually.
It's tonight. Right, so
Again,
we're
a lot of
gonna turn
guts
my
to pull this
garden
off.
into something that can pass the best restaurant in the whole of London, and we're going to serve real food to real customers. And I've got fuck all money to do it.
This is a electric heater I just managed to get from people down the road.
So like, you know, at a fancy restaurant you have like lobsters and you can pick your own lobster. The Wendy house in my garden should be filled with chickens. The reviews all describe how the food is homely.
What are we going to serve for? Probably going to be a microwave lasagna.
How's this look, man? Good?
Microwave lasagna.
I grew up eating ready meals. So why don't we serve ready meals and dress them up with like micro herbs, my edible flowers and stuff like that so that they don't know the difference. Shed at Dulwich is stocked up, baby.
The cost price per dish is £1.
But I didn't want to get sued, so I ended up basically just saying that it was like a press night, so we just didn't charge for anything. We're just trying to put the fucking thing together. Like we've got to go and get all the tables and chairs, which are in a cafe. It's going to be like 5 trips because those cars telling you. T minus 53 minutes until the first people get here, and we're just trying to lay out the place and make it like warm. This is pretty warm.
I'm going to be having South food or the moods.
You just tell them what kind of mood they look like they're in. And you want to like sell the fact that the food looks a bit shit.
Chicken Man's just got here. Trevor, the Chicken Man. He's like the animal handler for the stars. What are the names? Henrietta and
This part I don't get. Why did they have to have a chicken?
Because like they're like choosing their own lobster.
So
No,
now you're
it's helpful.
choosing your own chicken.
Yeah.
He was to handle the chickens in a way that no one would realise that he was anything to do with the chickens. Oh, hello. Oh. There was DJ Sambience, who was literally just playing the sound of a restaurant and had a trigger pad for a microwave ding.
Because if you want it to be like a real restaurant, it's got to sound like one, doesn't it? Like we've got the visual, that sound. I'd really hate to look stupid when doing this.
After like 7 tables we had, over like half of them were like filled with actors, loudly expressing like how delicious their food was. Because I wanted to create that same psychological space as TripAdvisor.
I wouldn't mind getting paid extra for that.
That looks so expensive.
The first ever customers for the shed at Dulwich have arrived. Do you want to just wait at the intersection of Ethrow Street and Freehan Road, and we'll be with you in about 5 minutes?
I'm
Is
so
that okay?
sketchy.
Yeah, right?
I
We're
don't
so
know what I
trusting.
should use with blindfolds.
Just because it's
shirts.
number one on
I decided to put
TripAdvisor.
blindfolds on because people in London seem to absolutely adore novelties. Put these weird blindfolds on. You okay with this?
They don't even have a
They're like,
proper
yeah,
blind-
okay.
It's not even a proper blindfold.
Watch out, there's quite
Just like probably think it came from
Yes,
his
that's
bench,
a-
right?
This is the longest I've ever held someone's hand. I mean,
Holding hands.
yes, getting closer.
Sound effects.
So this for our American friends. In New York, it's really
Yeah, take your blindfolds off.
It's people eating on the rooftop.
Alright, sat them down. They get
Instead of music.
And then, like, Trevor gets a chicken out. Do you want to put it away? I'm sorry. Do you want to put, Trevor, you okay to put that chicken away?
What do you need?
Trevor, you're a fucking nutcase.
You kind of don't get to choose, no, it's kind of dependent on your mood, but I sort of work it out, and I've already worked it out, you guys.
We've got delicious minestrone and boiling water soup.
Do you enjoy the food?
Yeah, really, really good.
No name brands.
So we've got a beautiful vegetable lasagna for you, and the chef sponge these delights on top as well. It's just a beautiful little garnish. Actually, they're quite particular to you guys tonight. Namaste.
Maybe 2 months. And then they said they had a table tonight, so we just picked that. And it's like a really unique place.
It's in a shed. It's quite hard to get a table. It's really quite cool.
We saw a couple photos online that people had posted, and it looked really interesting, and we're down to try London food.
Just touching their hands. Ugh.
Oh, it's great, different, new, something that's not in the States.
It felt like something I'd had maybe when I was like a kid.
Soup out of a mug. It's like a wartime classic.
I like wartime classic. Definitely recommend. That's a good experience. I'd definitely recommend it.
Would you go back? Oh, we'll come back, yeah.
Hi guys, can I get you any refills or anything? Okay, great. Just give me a shout if you need anything, alright?
Those are the actors, right?
Okay, guys. Okay, let's start now.
You can definitely take the negative perspective here and be like, oh, well, God, if this guy who can form the world that a collection of chairs outside of the shed that he lives in his garden is like London's top-rated restaurant, then we're fucked. People don't trust their senses above what they read online anymore. But if I can get my shitty and overpriced shed that I live in Dulwich to the #1 rated restaurant,
I mean, their food does look good.
anything is possible.
Yeah, it's got a point.
It's a really random place, isn't it? But it's kind of cool.
They just tried to book again. They tried to book again. 4 of the 6.
You tried to book again.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, That microwavable food was probably good.
They're doing it for the review.
Yeah, they basically influenced the mentality of it. It's just because of the good reviews. It's being the number one.
That kind of reminds me of like the Payless thing, where like they changed the name to some fancy name and they changed how it looks into like a fancy shoe store, and then like a bunch of like rich people went in and like were trying on the shoes and like, yeah, it's very comfortable. I think it would be like 200, maybe 300. And then they're like, oh, it's Payless. Oh.
We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
They're elegant, sophisticated. I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
These fashionistas actually paid $200, $400, and even $600 for Payless shoes. But you can get these same shoes at Payless for $19.99 or lower with our epic holiday deals.
So what do you think about TripAdvisor now?
I never trusted it. I knew it was a little sketchy. Because I remember, I forgot what country we were in, but at one of those restaurants that didn't look that great, it showed like a TripAdvisor sign on it, and I was like, how? I don't know if I should trust it.
Like, I would rather just see YouTube videos about it first,
or look on
judge
hotels
myself.
Of actual experience with other people.
Instead of just basing on reviews.
That's true. Well, first-hand experience with TripAdvisor, plus this, so I don't know if I would trust them again. As a matter of fact, since I saw this video, actually I saw this video some time ago, and so when we were traveling, if there's anything that says TripAdvisor on it, I would completely avoid it. I would go to YouTube and see some people's reviews and see their experiences. At least there, it's a video coverage of what they were experiencing at the moment. I'm not saying it's 100% good, because they're probably saying, yes, this good and all that stuff, but at least you can have a better bearing on what's there to see and go from there. So anyway, with the restaurant idea that he's had, it could actually be a real legit business. I mean, if he was able to pull it like that, why not just make it a real business, right?
That's true.
It looks like people don't mind the confined space and the location, and as long as they have the mood, the right food, I think it's still gonna be there.
That sounds pretty cool.
I'd eat there for free.
I thought he was just gonna reveal that it was fake instead of
Nah, that'd be like,
but hey, they got cheap food.
Free food. They got the experience. So how about you guys? Tell us about your experience with TripAdvisor, good or bad, and what other websites or social medias that you go to for review, or what do you do if you need information about places you want to go to or try. Let us know in the comment section down below.
And if you like this video, please give it a like
and comment down below.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks again for watching.
Bye.